Hello crowdfunders, we are back to the training of the crowdfunding formula, and it's the second module which will be devoted to naming, positioning and setting how much money to set for your crowdfunding campaign to make it super effective. These are really very important topics which are mostly being neglected. Folks think that naming is not important, setting the amount is not important, and concentrate only on a few things during their campaign. And not surprisingly, many of them fail. Many, but not us, as we're gonna win really big, my friends. Before moving forward, let's very quickly recall what we have covered in our previous module. So we have learned why people donate, what type of projects work best in crowdfunding, what doesn't work, 3-step process to generate a great crowdfunding idea. We have covered key mistakes to avoid, and we have talked about crowdfunding canvas and why is it important. And today's outline is the following. We'll get into the details of naming your campaign, positioning your campaign, and setting the right amount of goal. So, naming or title of your campaign. I've heard more than once that the title of your campaign is not that important. It might not drive people to part with their cash, but it is important. If the title of your campaign doesn't attract backers, nobody would ever know how great your campaign was. When choosing a title for your campaign, these are 3 factors to consider. So your title must catch people's attention, send a clear message about your campaign, and spark their curiosity. So catching people's attention, what do I mean by this? Okay, so your name has to be compelling. People should notice it when they are scrolling through name after name on Indiegogo or Kickstarter. It should be short, from 6 to 8 words, and easy to remember. It should include keywords that catch people's attention and appear in search engine snippets. And you should choose those catchy words to grab people's attentions, like top, monster, mega, smash, words that let people know this is an opportunity not to be missed. In short, it should compel a reader to click on it. Send a clear message. By saying message, I don't mean what your project is about. I mean the impression people get about your project. In other words, how do you want them to remember it? Usually the best titles are composed of 2 main parts, the name itself and the message. With 6-7 words, you should be able to influence how a reader sees your project. I understand it is hard to describe your project in 1 sentence, but you need to consider every word of your message. Take a look at these names. They are composed from a brand name and a message, like Pebble Time, awesome smartwatch, no compromises. Next, Nebbia shower, better experience, 70% less water. Coolest cooler, 21st century cooler that's actually cooler. Got the point? Cool. Okay, so you grab people's attention and they got an idea about your project. Is it enough to earn your click? No. Curiosity. You should ignite backers' curiosity. Curiosity is strongly related to the interests and problems of the people you want to target. It means you should carefully develop your message and underline the core competencies you think make you different and more attractive than your competitors. If your title contains core benefit and problem-solving elements, chances are quite high that you could earn a click. You can analyze your project headline with this free tool, which will analyze the emotional value of your title. minstitute.com/headline. Paste your headline and see how sexy it is. I would not take this very seriously, but it is worth a try. Okay, moving forward to positioning your campaign. This is one of my favorite marketing actions. Again, it is not about what is your product and describing all its features to the public. Rather, it is about how you want it to be perceived by your target customers. It means you should carefully develop your message and underline the core competencies you think make you different and attractive than others. Suppose you think there's a problem. During your research, you figure out that there are a number of campaigns, even successful ones, similar to your idea. Don't panic and surely don't give up. So what to do? Find a niche and try to be more specific. For example, somebody wants to create, Sunglasses, which is pretty general, right? Smart sunglasses are pretty specific, which automatically determine the level of light and adjust accordingly, let's say. But smart sunglasses for cycling, boom, definitely wins in here, because it is the most specific and target customers are pretty defined. So again, once more, the more specific you are, the better you will be positioned in your niche. Just as we talked in Module 1, we should be careful to see if there's enough audience for our niche product on the crowdfunding platform or not. We're going to speak about positioning in our later modules as well. Now about setting campaign goal amount, again, very important topic. Although I'm trying to deliver to you that crowdfunding is not only about money, but it is logically the highest motivator for you, isn't it? And yeah, we all wish to create a campaign that will generate more money, right? When it comes to how much money to set for your crowdfunding campaign, remember, set your fundraising goal reasonably low to benefit from a green bar effect. Look at this Kickstarter project. This project collected $153,000 and it is only 39% of its final goal. While there's another similar project which collected not too much higher amount of $173,000, but it exceeds its initial goal by 1,157%. Its green bar is full and it is perceived as more successful, and many people will click on the second one. Why? Because people love successful things. This phenomenon is called the green bar effect. When people see a lot of projects on crowdfunding platform, they veer towards the one that has the green bar already filled in, because they are curious about projects that get fully funded. Success creates momentum, and momentum creates snowball effect. Make the most of the green bar effect and set your goal as low as possible to get more backers. Of course, even the lowest goal must account for your expenses. Most of the campaigners say they are surprised by how little funds they have left at the end of the crowdfunding campaign. The biggest platforms, Kickstarter and Indiegogo, currently take a 5% fee. In addition to that, you can subtract 3% for the fees charged by their payment processing partners, Stripe and PayPal respectively. If you're using Kickstarter, consider dropped backers from 5 to 10% at the end of your campaign. The money you raise is considered taxable income, so Uncle Sam will want a cut as well. It is important to factor all these expenses into your target amount. Okay guys, that's it for this module. Let's sum it up. So we talked about naming or title of your campaign and how it should be constructed. We talked about positioning of your overall campaign. We talked about setting the goal amount and the green bar effect, and learned that we need to set as low as possible. And we talked about commissions, although we will get to this in more details when we'll talk about crowdfunding platforms in our later modules. In the next module, we're going to speak about very important topics: planning your campaign and tactical action plan to go through all 6 levels of preparation. Believe me, it's the key where your success is. Alright guys, thanks for watching, hope you are not tired, and see you in the next module of the crowdfunding formula. Take care.